talks about is 100 administrative positions. You have detectives up there that do investigative work, supervisors that supervise the detectives that are doing the work. You have police officers that are taking reports from domestic victims that come in, and all sorts of other criminal reports. So how this is going to affect public safety is that the precinct is a safe haven for people to go to. And once you eliminate that precinct, there's one less place where they can come and they can feel safe and have their crime investigated. And to have them come there in a community center only to be turned away and go to another precinct, you're discouraging them from going there.
Why would they be turned away at a community center?
Well, what's going to happen is, under this plan that we know of so far, is that a police officer is going to be there, take the report. Normally what happens is if a victim comes in from a crime and a police officer takes the report, you have the detective right there that begins the investigation. Right now, from what we're being told, is the police officer will take the report and then refer them to the precinct, and that's where it will continue.
But the commissioner was on last night as well, and he was okay with that. He said technology has changed the way that policing is done now, and people don't go to precincts as much. Almost the patrol cars are their own little mini precincts. He says this will work.
We have over 2,000 reports were taken in the 5th precinct last year. That's a lot of people that came in. So if 2,000 reports were taken, I would venture to say 2 or 3 or 4 times the amount of people came in for some type of advice. So precincts, and maybe he should visit them out here in Nassau County. I know he's new from New York City, but he was there for 40 years. Right. How many precincts did he decide to eliminate in New York City over those years? I would venture to say it was 0. But yet he's here a month, and he's going to eliminate 4 precincts already. The quality of life here in Nassau County about high visibility. You know, the criminals see the destruction or the tearing down of a police precinct. It's almost like we've given up. I mean, here in Nassau County, I mean, we're watching how the county is providing funds for turf fields and updating the cabanas down in Nickerson Beach. We're providing funding to upgrade 1 West Street while we're tearing down police precincts. Does that make any sense to anyone?
All right, I know the county executives heard your comments already. He was on last night. Let's play one comment from the county executive's interview with me last night.
Okay.
You have 8 police stations. 3 of them do twice as much as the other 5. Because he has a contract that keeps 39 people in the police station, you know, he has a self-interest here. Listen, Carver's math is worse for the people in Nassau County. It's cost them dearly. For his people, all he's wanted us to do is get their wages freeze, their steps freeze, and now he's going to lose employees on this.
What do you have to say?
Well, he talks about losing employees. Let's go back to the 39. We don't have 39 police officers working in the station house at any given time. I don't know where his math is adding up here. When you go there, we have 3 police officers 24 hours a day there to provide services to the public, all right, and to help process prisoners and everything else they do in there. As far as he's talking about the 100 administrative people, he wants to deduct that from the staffing levels that we have here and go even further behind than we were 3 years ago. So he's diminishing the ranks of the police department. He's already taken special patrols off the streets that dealt with quality of life issues. And now, since he's done that, he wants to eliminate precincts.
He says this is going to put more officers out on the streets, take them out from behind desk duty and put them out on the streets in the communities.
He is wrong. There's not 100 police officers that work inside those station houses. And not only that, according to its plan to save the money, if you were just redeploying them from the station house and put them on the street, how does that save money? He is banking on 100 police officers retiring because of this closure of the precincts, and he will save the money, and he will not replace those officers. That's what he is not telling the public. He is not going to replace them.
All right, let's talk about money, because a lot of this, of course, has to do with saving taxpayers' money. You see the headlines. Nassau County's in financial trouble. Has been for a while. At the end of that part of the interview, when I talked to him last night, he said, it's a time where we got to work together. What would you rather him do? I know Jerry Laracuda from the CACA, his union's been certainly involved in helping with the financial mess. He said, look, raise taxes. County executives got to raise taxes. Do you say the same thing, or do you see another way to save this money?
No, I think there's got to be a combination of a few things. But you can't affect public safety. Once you lose the streets, you never get them back. If he wasn't continuing to do these turf fields and sit there and refurbish buildings and stuff like that and hire patronage positions, you can almost understand where he's coming from. But how do you sit there and you refurbish 1 West Street and put artificial turf down on fields, and then you eliminate precincts and you downsize the police department? Public safety should be the #1 priority, not turfing ball fields and not refurbishing 1 West Street. That should not be the priority.
Long Islanders want a quality of life. They want their safety, but they want a quality of life as well. So for them, turfing, you know, some playgrounds and stuff like that is part of that quality of life.
Listen, if the police aren't around to sit there and police those parks, then it doesn't make a difference what kind of turf field you put down or whatever you got to do. You have the safety first, and then you worry about the other stuff when the economy gets better. And that's not what's happening here. He is thinking turf fields first, and then ruining a winning formula that's made us the lowest crime rate of a municipality of its size.
Open to discussion still with the county executive and the union?
We are always
Okay.
sitting down with him, willing to discuss anything that will
right.
benefit the public.
Open invitation to come back and